Welcome back to Cask and Point. Today is day 14 of our New Era Bourbon Club Advent Calendar, where from December 1st through December 25th, we'll be trying 25 fun, funky, mysterious samples. We're going to be giving tasting notes, we're going to rate it, and throughout the video, we're going to try to guess what we have, and then at the end of the video, we'll find out exactly what we just had. Now, day 11 and 12, we did great. Day 13, not as great, but not terrible. And now is day 14. We are more than halfway through the series, so I hope you guys have been enjoying it. Please, like the videos, share them. I know these videos aren't going to do as well as my, GTS reviews, and that's okay. I've been having so much fun doing this that I'm really, really excited to get into this back half here with you guys. And for those that are watching, thank you for watching, and let's get into day 14. Okay, so this also smells like a finish, kind of like day 13, but day 13 ended up not being a finished whiskey. I'm getting a ton of grape on this, a little bit of caramel. Smells like brandy to me. I mean, there's some oak on this, but not a lot. There's some maple, some vanilla. But it's grape. Grape is really the dominant on this. And there's some, honestly, there's a little bit of black grape and a little bit of, green grape on this as well. Like I'm getting two different kinds of grapes here. There's a little bit of maraschino cherry, like a really sweet maraschino cherry on this, but it's really, tertiary at best. Overall, it smells nice. It smells like a wine finish or a brandy finish. Let's try it. Okay, so that hit my mouth and it was super sweet. And then I tasted it and it was super sweet. And that's pure grape. It gets into a little bit of nice raspberry jam on the palate. But that's red grapes in the beginning, black grapes in the beginning, a little bit of green grape. There's some raspberry on that, some like really sweet maraschino cherry on there. And then there's a little bit of baking spice, a little bit of oak and some vanilla towards the late palate on this. And then it kind of opens up to like white pepper towards the end. It's good. It's really good. That has to be finished. If that's not some sort of wine finish or brandy finish, I'm going to be shocked. I'm thinking we're around 100 proof. I don't think we're super low proof on this, but I also don't think we're at like 130. Trying to think what I've had that would meet all these standards. I haven't had that many finished whiskeys. I've had a lot of Tater whiskeys. I've had all these different stag batches, all these different like each Taylor, barrel proof batches. I've had all these different things, all these Elijah Craig batches. But finished whiskeys that meet this profile, oh man, I am struggling. Let's take a second sip here. That's so sweet. It's like cloyingly sweet. Like, I actually don't like it as much as I think I should because it's so sweet. And it's like almost not that good because it's that sweet. This has to be finished. I refuse to believe that this is just a normal bourbon. This is definitely in the American category, and I don't think it's a rye. I think this is a bourbon. I'm almost positive it's a bourbon, and I'm almost positive it's a finished bourbon. Now, what could be this proof that's also like a port finish? That's a brandy finish, something like this. I'm trying to think if the Angel's Envy cask strength bourbon is a port finish. Now, I've had the cask strength rye. I've not had the cask strength bourbon, and I cannot remember if it's port finish. I know that obviously the normal $50 bourbon is a port finish. I don't think the cask strength is a port finish. If it is, this could definitely be it, but I'm trying to think what would meet this flavor profile. Like, I think we're in Kentucky. I think this is a pretty normal standard bourbon here, 4 to 6 years old, but then it was finished, and it was finished for a long time. I'm thinking if this could even be like, oh man, there was a bottle that I had that was like $60, $70. It was an American light whiskey. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was really good, and I did a review on it, and it was like 15-year-old American light whiskey. I'm going to put a photo on your screen. For some reason, I can't remember what it is, but it could be that. Like, it could be an American light whiskey that's finished. That's like actually 120 proof-ish, but it's going to be in that like 15-year-old range, but instead of a bourbon, it's American light whiskey. That wouldn't surprise me as well. What is that thing that I'm thinking of? It's an American light whiskey. It starts with like a B or a D. Oh man, I don't know. But I owned a bottle at some point, and I'll put it on your screen, whatever. Let's take a third sip. It's crazy sweet. It's pure grapes. And some, like, there's a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of baking spice. That's sweet. That's like a sweet maraschino cherry mixed with some grapes. It's good. There's some raspberry jam. It's good. It's not really to my flavor profile just because it's so sweet that I'm almost thinking it's lacking complexity. I'm going to go ahead and rate this a 7.3. I think if this was $60, it's not bad at all. And the whiskey that I think it is, that I'm going to put on your screen that I cannot remember the name of for the life of me, is about $60. So Bull Run. So I'm going to guess it's Bull Run. Even though Bull Run, the one that I've had at least, was a Pinot Noir finish, and it was an American light whiskey, and it was 120 proof, I'm gonna guess that this is what this is. I do think this is more likely a bourbon, but that's just so sweet that if this was an American light whiskey that was really finished for like a year, it wouldn't shock me. Let's find out what we're having. So this is day number 14, and again, I'll put on your screen as I look at what we have. See, 2024, day 14. Let's scroll down here, and there are some notes here, but let's check out what we had. What? I'm sorry? What the f? So this is Old Forester, single barrel strength rye. Okay. Really? So I haven't had L1. I've had K7 here, which is really? Really? It's so sweet. How is it that sweet? What? Okay, maybe my palate's just messed up right now. I'm shocked. I mean, we did have, now that I'm going back to it, you know what? It's not grape. What is it? It's bubblegum. And what is bubblegum? Old Forester single barrel strength rye. Okay. Maybe that just needed more time to open up, and I only gave it probably 5 or 10 minutes before I drank it. I'm shocked here, guys. This is 128.8 proof. It's L1. So L1 is the new variant of Old Forester single barrel strength. And I've had H7, K7, K2, G3, and I3, I believe, are the 5 that I've had. They released 2 others, K1 and L1, and I just haven't had the opportunity to try them just yet. Although I do have samples of both of them. But now I could say I've had L1. That's cool. 128.8 proof. I had no clue that that's what that was. I think it's nice. It is bubblegum. It is totally turned into bubblegum, and that could just be because I know what it is, and I know that the flavor profile on this is typically bubblegum. It's solid. It's not as good as K7 or H7, which I think would rank in the high 7s for me, but it's a good whiskey. I think for $80, I don't hate that. I think if you let it open up, all you smell is bubblegum. I literally just smell bubblegum now. And, I mean, that's just the power of psychology. That's the fun of blinds. I mean, when you don't know what you're having, and then the second you find out, all the tasting notes are changed. I'm going to take a sip here. And let me guess, I'm going to taste, oh, wow. It's rye, spice, and bubble. Like, that whiskey's totally changed now that I know what it is. That's so weird. That's so weird. Let me know if you guys had the same experience. Definitely save, like, a little bit, like 1 or 2 sips of it before you find out what it is when you're watching these videos so that you guys can have the same experience. Because now, I mean, this is a totally different whiskey. Trying that, I totally think this is Old Forester single barrel strength. So, that's awesome. Cool. I'm glad we got to blind it. We thought it was some weird Finnish whiskey. It wasn't. It was just the bubblegum in an Old Forester single barrel strength rye. We did poorly. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I'll catch you all in day 15.